So a little backstory. In my first year of college, I wanted to make a game where you are drunk, lost your memories, and try to find home while solving puzzles in a city that keeps procedurally changing. It was for an assignment, I had 2 weeks, and it was my first time ever making a game. So I spent a week making one cutscene trigger and gave up. And I ended up with this one street and one cutscene. It's barely a game, and I've never looked back at this project. But I want to try again. I have experience now. I made 2 little games and it went really well. And now for my next assignment, I have 2 months to make a puzzle game prototype, which is plenty of time. This is not a problem. So what's the first thing to do when creating a new game? I don't know what the f. I was inspired by my idea from my first year and I just started working on the story. In most cases, you should probably think of gameplay first. But I just got so many story ideas out of nowhere. I started doing a lot of world building, made a world backstory, game story, player backstory, themes, conflicts, and I have awesome ideas to tell the story through environmental storytelling. And it will be amazing. What's wrong with you? You can never do all of that. Wait, who said that? I'm you from 2 months into the future. What the fuck? How are you on my TV? You keep doing this. Stop now. You're gonna waste all your time on pointless details, pull 3 all-nighters, and you're not even gonna be finished. I don't know what that was about, but now we have a world and story. So what's next? The main character, obviously. So I want a cute little floating robot. You've probably never seen a puzzle game with a little cute robot before, right? And no one has ever done that before. I'm the first one. Okay, you know why everyone makes little floating robots? Because they're fucking easy to make. They don't have to touch the ground. They don't need leg animations. They can float around everywhere. It's way easier, okay? Maybe someday I'm gonna make a character with legs. I'm not ready yet. I still want to try making a memorable character, but character design is a huge topic. I have these books about concept art and the amount of work people put in to make variations and actually end up with a final character design. It's a full-time job in big studios for a reason. I'm literally one person trying to make a full game. So I don't have the time. I should probably get it. Reference, inspiration, sketched ideas, variations, learn new cool things about sculpting, which is actually pretty cool. And a week later, I was almost done with the first version and I showed it to a friend and they asked me, "Oh, awesome. What's the gameplay gonna be?" Gameplay? What's the gameplay gonna be? What's the gameplay? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Yeah, I don't know. You're making a game. Let me think, okay? Okay, I'm not putting it off anymore. I'm coming up with puzzle gameplay. I watched a lot of videos about puzzle design, level design, brainstorm puzzle mechanics, and I have a lot of complicated ideas. I have such a hard time managing scope. I have 2 months, not 20 years. I decided to just start making a prototype. Take little baby steps first, create basic controls, and just continue building on that. Thank God we have brackets. Okay, so the basic movement kind of works, but it's inverted, and I spent a good day scratching my head when I noticed a checkbox called invert was on. So I made it float, added a jump, but I wanted to smoothly jump and not hit an invisible wall. I also want the character to smoothly float over objects, but it keeps bouncing up and down. It works! This only took me 1 day. This game development thing is easy. So I need to hurry because I only have a little over a month left. But instead I started to recreate the old Lego Star Wars R2-D2 hovering. And I actually did. But then I realized I actually preferred the jumping from before. So that was a waste of time. I always used to think level design is just, oh, this is the only way I can go, so I guess this is it. But I learned there's way more to level design. Rule of thumb, if it's a full-time job in game studios, there's more to it than you think. After watching a lot of GDC talks, I think I can do it now. I made a quick level design sketch and then I cut half of it because I don't have the time to make all that. I made a quick block out and realized the jump does weird things sometimes. So I spent another whole day trying to improve the physics and eventually I did it and I'm really happy with this. I got some feedback on the level design and everyone told me it's way too big. I have a month left. I'm insane. So I made it smaller. Okay, I'm going on a little tangent, bear with me. While researching puzzle design, I noticed many adventure games have the most whack puzzles. Like in Stray, one puzzle is literally find the batteries and put them in. Sometimes it's literally find the key card. I've never even realized people call those puzzles. Not once, while playing many adventure games I realized this. But adventure game puzzles often suck. And it never bothered me and it really got me thinking, why did I never notice or care? And I guess that's because that's not what I'm playing the game for. When I play a puzzle game, I want good puzzles. But when I play a game just to sit back and be immersed in the story, I don't mind these silly tasks. Because while looking for those things, I'm exploring the world and learning about the story. But there's a limit. Sometimes it's just plain filler and feels completely pointless. Like, find the key card in this room somewhere. I still don't consider that a puzzle. But according to gamedeveloper.com, That's called a goal puzzle. Essentially, that means me looking around for a toilet to pee in is also a goal puzzle. But for my game, I also want the main gameplay to be exploration, so I don't have to overthink puzzles too hard and just give the player a goal to continue to explore. But I still don't want it to feel pointless or stupid, so I spent another couple days brainstorming. And then it just came to me. What if the robot can override electronics and use it to break things? You know what? I'm not gonna explain. I'm just gonna make it and show you. Fun fact, in my previous game dev videos, you could see me struggle trying to make the most complex tools myself from scratch because my philosophy was, if I don't make everything myself, I'm not learning anything. But now I'm like, I'm literally one person doing everything. What's the harm in paying a little money and using an amazing tool someone else made already, like this spine tool? I'm not developing a game engine from scratch either, so, but the puzzle itself, I will have to program myself. It's gonna be pretty hard, but I'm gonna do it. First I learned about state machines, then I made a fan controller that can blow objects away, then I made it destroy objects beneath it, and that's the first puzzle done. The next one is gonna be even better. I worked on switching machines, and for the second puzzle, you can override this washing machine. What does that do, you ask? Well, break the whole fucking brick! Yeah! Okay, yeah. No, this is fine. There it goes. And for the last puzzle, you need to override the street lanterns, because inside one of the street lanterns is a battery the little robot needs to survive. But especially for this puzzle, I need art to communicate what the fuck you need to do. But before starting the whole environment art process, let's finish the character. I've never successfully implemented a rigged and animated character you can control in game. I want this to look nice and not have the character's arm clipped through the wall and shit to look fucking weird. And as you may know, I already learned 3D animation in 7 days, and I already learned rigging. This will not be a problem at all. First, I finished the character model. I'm pretty happy with it. I am worried though I'm going with a too detailed art style, because if I need to make the whole environment this detailed as well, fuck it. After a lot of tutorials and a lot of struggling, I have a proper procedural animation setup. Now I want this little antenna to follow like this. This screenshot should say enough. It took a while, but I kinda did it. Okay, not yet. I made some fire visual effects when jumping, and let's go! Look at him go! Next up was texturing, and I was trying not to go too overboard with detail, and then I did some visual effects for the eyes and a little display on the back, and look at him! I actually did it! And then I made a little friend. As you can see, he went through some shit, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at for the first part of the DroneHome Devlog. Thanks for watching. Next episode I'm gonna make the environment and the procedural building generator. Yeah, you heard that right. I have 3 weeks left, so that's plenty of time. So I haven't uploaded it a bit. That's because I'm doing a lot of crazy projects. Oh, what is this QR code in the back of my room? But since when is this here? What is this all about?